So it's a pleasure for me to be here today. So I'm from Autodesk. I'm in charge of business development. There's a specific focus here on CleanTech, right? So we have I think good ideas in terms of how we can help, entrepreneurs and people who are engaged in CleanTech with our products and our services. I will talk to you about, how we do that and, what specific we have kind of to offer for CleanTech entrepreneurs. But I think before I do this, I'd like to show you a quick movie. Do we have the movie there, or huh? I just do this? Yeah. So. So I think you got a little bit of sense kind of what we're doing. So, Autodesk is basically a global leader in terms of 2D and 3D design and engineering software. What I'm going to do is now, here's through my presentation, I want to explain you how we support CleanTech, how important we think CleanTech is, and how we can help with our technology and our innovation, really kind of help drive innovation in the CleanTech sector. Right? But before I do this, I just want to give you a little bit background on who Autodesk is and what we're doing, so that you can put this a little bit in the context. So, we're around for about 30 years now, so we're quite a strong and a stable business, doing about $2 billion in revenue, and we have quite some money there. So, 100% of the Fortune 100 companies, of big companies, are using our software to do their design, with our software. But of course, there's hundreds of thousands of other businesses as well using our stuff. And this actually gives us the basis really kind of to keep investing in technology, which really is also important to drive innovation in CleanTech. Now, when you look at our global presence, I'm personally based in Munich, and I'm in charge, for Europe for business development, but we have another 95 offices around the globe, and we're working with around 6,500 people. And actually, when you look at the numbers here, we have about 10 million users, like designers, engineers, architects, who are using our software every day, right? And these are working within about 800,000 companies. When you think about what they are producing, what gets designed with our software, you can understand that we really have a big impact in terms of what will get designed the next 20 or 30 years, or how the world will actually look like in 20 or 30 years. Right? So there's a great responsibility we have here, and we're assuming. And this is why CleanTech, we think, is so important for us as well. Basically, when you look at our customers are actually the innovators. They're innovators in the area of architecture, of engineering, of manufacturing, in the automotive industry when you think about electric cars. But we also have business in the media and entertainment sector. Not many people know that. You all know the movie Avatar, for example, right? So Avatar has been kind of built with Autodesk technology. So they used our technology to design those characters and also animate them. And this is the same technology which is also probably used in the automotive industry, or to some extent also in the architecture industry. So this is really kind of a very broad range we are covering with our products and our services. Now, let me start and talk a little bit about kind of how we think design technology can help drive innovation in the area of CleanTech. I think this is very important. Because when you think about the built world, all the products that haven't been really created by nature, to some extent have been designed. Right? When you look around you, it's the building, it's the thing here, it's everything has been designed to some extent. Right? These things usually they work nice. Some of the things they look nice. Some of the things they're innovative. But the problem most of these products or most of these projects are having is that they have not been designed with sustainability in mind. Right? So we, as a generation, or the job we have for the next 10, 20, 30 years is really to design and redesign many of these things in order to make them more energy efficient, more resource efficient, to make them recyclable, and all these kind of things. Right? There's a lot of work in front of us to really kind of work on these things. And this is actually kind of where design technology comes in. Because design technology kind of allows you really kind of to build basically a virtual prototype of a product or a project before you build the real thing. And the advantage here is really, you take the virtual prototype, or what we call it, the digital prototype, you use it to understand really kind of, how that product or how that project will perform in the real environment. So what will be basically the impact on the environment? What will be basically the energy consumption of that product? How sustainable will it be? Can I take it apart again after I used it and really kind of use the material in a recycling process? All these kind of things, these are the questions we finding interesting. And for this, we provide our tools and our software. For example, what you can see here, this is a game controller. I think you probably all of you have some of these devices at home. What has been done here is really kind of an analysis of the game controller in order to optimize it in regards to material used. Right? You see the plastic material. So when you think about these things, right? So somebody designs these game controllers, and then they were manufactured in thousands, hundreds, thousands, or millions of pieces. So when we get to a point where we, for example, say 5% of the material there, it really kind of makes a difference, right? Or if you kind of enable the designer to choose the right material, which is basically, for example, biodegradable or something like that, or recyclable, that's a huge achievement. And this is exactly kind of what we're trying to do here. Now, when you think about our customers, I mean, all they concern is really kind of how they can build their products and bring them to market faster, also cheaper, and also with less risk. That's the main thing, right? That's kind of what's really interesting for the people who are using our software. Now, when you look at the automotive industry today, I think this is the most advanced industry in terms of these type of tools. Today, we have the tools that allows them really kind of to understand the car design in its entirety, really to understand the whole car, to understand the aerodynamics, understand basically the design and the aesthetics. You can understand the performance of the car. All that can be simulated digitally today, right? This is before somebody builds a real product, they really kind of do all this analysis. And this is basically, I mean, this is technology which haven't been kind of, way for 10 years ago or for 20 years ago. This is very recent stuff. So, but when you think about, building products and using this technology, it's not only kind of specifically also in this industry, it's not only kind of to realize the design before you build it and understand it, but it's also kind of used to improve the design over and over and over and over again before you actually build the final product. So this kind of makes the process much more efficient, and the result you would get is really kind of more, closer to basically to optimal, right? Also in regards to the economical impact and these kind of things, or ecological impact. Now, when you look at the process, usually kind of how new technology gets to market, you always basically kind of see this continuum you see here, right? I mean, when you think about innovation, usually kind of innovation always starts kind of at a point where things are impossible, because you don't have the technology, you don't have basically the material or the things. Then at some point it gets to be impractical, right? It's doable, but it cannot be done yet under reasonable economical conditions. At some point it gets to possible, and it's expected, and at the end it's required. And actually, with your innovation, as you are a young entrepreneur, or if you're kind of thinking about developing innovative products, where you really want to be is here in the middle. this is really kind of where you have the sweet spot.